Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Today, we hear the testimony of two subpoenaed witnesses regarding allegations of discrimination and retaliation at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Mr. Chairman, I again want to thank you for your interest in addressing discrimination issues at the CFPB. And I want to reiterate my sincere hope that you will commit to addressing similar issues that may be occurring in the private sector and at all of our federal financial regulators with the same due diligence as you have at the CFPB. As you know, subcommittee Democrats have called on the inspectors general at all of the financial regulators under our committee's jurisdiction to assess whether any personnel practices and policies within these agencies have created an unfair or discriminatory workplace for minorities and women. Since our last hearing, my staff has had productive conversations with staff from the offices of the Inspectors General discussing the scope of this review and the use of uniform criteria to ensure their investigations are conducted in a thorough, meaningful, and consistent manner. Mr. Chairman, once they have completed, I certainly hope you will join us in using the full weight of this committee to take a close look at the findings of and any recommendations from the Inspectors General. However, I remain disappointed that pay disparities among a wide range of classifications occurred at the Bureau, as was outlined in a report that CFPB released on Monday. It is good that the CFPB is taking steps to try and achieve a fair, inclusive workplace by, among other things, ensuring a more direct, ongoing interaction between the CFPB's Office of Minority and Women Inclusion, or OMWI, and the Director's Office. I'm so pleased that CFPB is engaging in negotiations with the National Treasury Employees Union to develop a new employee evaluation system that will address these pay disparities and compensate employees. I'm hoping that today's witnesses will shed additional light on the inner operations of the CFPB. But as I and Ranking Member Green wrote to you over a month and a half ago, I remain interested in hearing from the Bureau's top leadership. The CFPB has offered both Director Richard Cordray and the head of its OMWI, Stuart Ishimaru, to testify before the committee, as has the national president of the NTEU. To date, they have not been invited to discuss this issue before the committee. Despite the fact that the Bureau's senior leadership is not here with us today, I hope that in today's hearing, we can still learn more about what steps the Bureau is taking to identify the root causes of the pay disparities, as well as additional details about the Bureau's plans to evaluate and adopt new policies and procedures to ensure these types of problems do not happen again. Mr. Chairman and members, I had an opportunity to talk with Mr. Cordray to better understand what steps he has taken, and we're going to hear more about that today. But I must share with you that based on what I have learned, I'm impressed that Mr. Cordray has taken this problem head on, that he's identified where the weaknesses are, and he's moved in a very direct and concrete way to do something about it. So in addition to having learned more about where the disparities were taking place or had occurred at the CFPB, the way that he has addressed it and the remedies that he has put in place already are extremely impressive. And I am impressed with the way that, despite the fact that he is such a good public policymaker and a great director that has moved the CFPB forward, that he took on this issue, stopped everything that he was doing, took on this issue, and I joked with him a bit and told him he became his own human resources manager, and he's done a fantastic job. And I'd just like to put that up front because I have had the opportunity to review what he has done. And so with your work, Mr. Chairman, as we look at all of these other agencies where we now have people who are coming forward telling us stories about discrimination, that you will tackle this in the same way, and hopefully we can get these kind of results from all of the other agencies where many of these discrepancies, and discrimination has been going on for years. I'm so pleased about the direction that you're taking and the progress I already see, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Will now recognize the ranking member of the subcommittee for 5